everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday Tea Break Talks. And today I've been absolutely spoilt, which is good because I haven't done one of these last week and I missed a few weeks before that. I had every intention. I even went away and took my camera and microphone, this microphone with me, to record some fun things going on. But we've done a double week this week with the double things. But I've been absolutely spoilt in this cup here. I don't know if you can see. It doesn't even look like tea, but it smells delicious. I actually think it looks like granola, but it smells wonderful. It is blue pomegranate tea. It has been brewing in there for about 5 or 10 minutes now. Boiled the kettle to 80, which apparently is the best thing. So grab a cup of tea, and I'm going to tell you some health benefits of this, and then we'll talk about e-commerce, shall we? Just to top things off, as this is a Winning with Shopify podcast. This is amazing. Sorry, I'll show you for anyone watching. If you're listening to this, you just have to use your imagination. But look at the color of this tea. It doesn't even, I don't know if I can't really angle the camera anymore without spilling tea everywhere, but it's like a pinky color, which is absolutely delicious. So we're going to enjoy a nice cup of blue pomegranate tea. It is rich in, goodness my notes, rich in antioxidants and has several potential health benefits, including supporting heart health, reducing inflammation, and boosting the immune system. All the above I need right now, because one of the reasons I couldn't record last week is I wasn't very well and I was supposed to be on a holiday and things were turned upside down. But we're back now and we are very happy. We being me, myself, and I, and my family. But we're all good. We're going to go through a few things today. We've got quote of the week. We've got some Shopify. We've got loads of Shopify news because we obviously missed last week. It was my birthday on the 29th of October. Thanks for all the presents everyone sent. That's a joke. This is English sarcasm. I didn't get any presents. Well, actually, no, I did get 2 presents from work. One being this delicious tea from the bean shop. Lorna, I don't know if you intended this to be a birthday present, but I've taken it as one. So yeah, we've got loads of Shopify news to go through. We're not going to have any partner news this week, so I don't want this episode to go on too long. We've got some agency learnings. We've got 4 things going on in the agency we're going to share about PPC SEO. We've got an incredible Quivia. It's actually a myth. I'm busting a myth this week using some stats from the Telegraph. And then we'll all say a sweet, sweet sorrow and goodbye. Sorrow, as in a sorrow-filled goodbye. Maybe it's sorry. I've been away for a week and my inbox is carnage. So I've literally gone and locked myself in the what used to be a cupboard and is now the podcasting room. But anyway, I got 3 quotes. We've had some quotes sent in. Thank you very much, guys. John has sent in the best discount is a great experience. Best discount is a great experience. So rather than just discounting, come up with the best discount. There's no name on this one. Everyone's offering deals. So have a think about what will make yours stand out. Sorry, what will make yours stand out? Very different grammar. What will make yours stand out is how you deliver that deal. So think about the positioning of things. And sometimes you'll even, what I love about this quote is sometimes I think about things and go, do you know what? I really enjoyed that buying experience from that company or that shop or whatever it might be. And then when I thought about it, I was like, they didn't actually even offer me anything extra. It was like the person at the till just smiled a lot. Or actually, they said, if you buy 1,000 products, you get one for free. And the free one, I wasn't expecting it. Didn't even know I was getting it. It was just a random act of kindness as far as I was concerned. But then when you think like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10 orders or whatever, it's not actually a great deal. But it's how you deliver the deal is really, really key. So get good at that in your businesses. And then final one is action. Audit your post-purchase flow this week. We've been doing loads of testing on this recently where once you've bought something from a website, actually say, well, do you want to add something else to the order? You got 1 hour to do so, and there'll be no additional delivery charge. Some companies here in the UK, like Deliveroo, do it. I don't know if you have Deliveroo in the US and Australia and where lots of our others listeners are based, but you basically go on Deliveroo and you can just scroll through tons of different takeaways, shops, and order all sorts. You have pizza delivered and all that kind of stuff through Deliveroo. But Deliveroo do it really well. Once you've ordered something, it says for no extra cost, you got 10 minutes to add something from a local supermarket, and there'll be no additional fee or cost to add something from the supermarket. To try and encourage more people to use that supermarket journey. So look at your post-purchase flows. Add a thank you email if you haven't got a decent one already. Optimize it. Add a how-to guide. So the product they've just bought, now tell them how to use it before it arrives. Keep them engaged while they're waiting for the postman to deliver it. Especially if you're in a country like America where it takes quite a while often for delivery to happen. We are so spoiled in the UK. We get next day delivery almost all the time. If it's not next day, I actually will reconsider whether I'm buying it. That's how much our buying habits have changed. What else we got? A personalized note. And just remember, especially through Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that actually this isn't just about getting the transactions and the revenue over that period. You really need to be thinking in advance what we're going to do over Black Friday, Cyber Monday to get people engaged and get them buying from us multiple times into next year. It's really, really important. Otherwise, you might find your ROIs up, but your margins are also tighter because you put a discount on the products. So you can end up spending a lot more money and actually not making much more anyway. So some really good quotes there. Keep those coming. I think the tea is drinkable. We're going to try it. So I love pomegranate, and this is blue pomegranate. I feel like not saying it's delicious just because that's what you're probably expecting me to say, but it is really, really nice. Very fruity. And the best thing about loose leaf tea in a thing, you can actually you can put water back in it 2 or 3 times and it still tastes delicious. So you get several cups of tea out of one little pot, which is lovely. Anyway, I love free stuff. If you want to send me some free stuff, ping it over. As long as it's of good quality. Some of the things we've been sent, I've not consumed. But anyway, let's go through some of the Shopify updates then. So some of the stuff that Shopify have been doing the last few weeks. So first one is reporting will now give you insights in cross-border sale profitability. I spoke about some cross-border stuff a few weeks ago. I'm just checking back on my notes. No, we definitely haven't covered this because all the updates will be older than that. But yeah, you can now get the profitability reports across border, which is really, really key, especially if you sell in multiple countries, or they're often called markets now because it's not always a country. Like sometimes it's like we're selling there, but that's not actually a separate country, but it is a separate place and has separate rules and shipping and import, export tax, but it's not actually a country. So they call them markets to be nice and politically correct, I guess. We've introduced 2 new reports in Shopify that will help you understand your original order profitability across the various markets as well. So again, quite a bit of reporting stuff released on the 22nd. There's another one on here, unlisted product status. This one's new. Use the new unlisted product status to make products only accessible via a direct URL. I guess the unlisted is the same way as like YouTube videos work, if anyone has ever used that. So you can send people to a product, but they'll only get there if they have the link to it. They won't find it in your collections. It won't be indexed on Google, I assume. Again, I'm learning all this news today because that one especially happened after I went away. So that's quite powerful, I think, especially if you're running like a specific campaign just to your email customers. You can only access that product via a link, which means you can have 50 versions of the same product for 50 different campaigns you're running. And actually the public one available will just be the full price or whatever. I'm going to have some more tea. That is really nice. Really nice. Thank you, Lorna. You can control search engine indexing for your shop app storefront. Okay, so shop app pages are now indexed by search engines by default, helping customers discover your store through organic search. We have had some issues with this where some of our clients have got loads of indexing through the shop app, but it's almost duplicated content of the actual same content they've got on their Shopify store as well. So being able to control the two to say, I don't mind you coming through the shop app, or actually I don't want you coming through the shop app, I just want you coming straight into my main store, please. If you don't know what the shop app is or how it works, oh my gosh, do some Googling. Pause now, do some Googling. You are missing out. Another one on 29th of October, which is my birthday. Thank you very much. I probably shouldn't read my date of birth in the podcast. I'm sure it's fine. But Shopify duties and import taxes, US Section 232 tariff customization is now available. I don't know what that means at all. There's nothing to do with my world. But yeah, US Section 232, I'm assuming it's been in the news a lot. Not something I've heard about. Duties and import taxes now support customizing the percentage of the value of your products that Section 232 steel and aluminium tariffs apply to as well. So there's been a lot going on with tariffs, and it seems to calm down at the moment, but we'll see. Never know what he's going to say next, do we? Which is kind of exciting, but also terrifying at the same time. Legacy custom apps will be can't be created after the 1st of January 2026. You won't be able to create custom apps in admin. Users can instead use the dev dashboards to create apps. So slightly different way if you've got customized apps on your store. We were hoping to have a really big announcement for partner news this week, and we don't. And there's plenty of Shopify stuff, and we're already heading towards 10 minutes, and we try and keep this a bit short and snappy. The only thing I say on partner news quickly that's just come to mind as well is, and again, I was away last week, but if you missed our episode on Friday, we had Shopify themselves on talking about built for Shopify. There was quite a lot. I sort of thought, come on, the badge is quite obvious. But the more we got into the conversation with them, and also Chris, who's the CEO at Seguno, the more we got into the conversation with them both, the more we started to realize actually there's loads in this. And you guys just click in install on apps on your Shopify store and ruining SEO page speed and making life for me and my team hell. There was quite a lot in that episode that was quite useful, I think. So if you're running a Shopify store, you will be using apps. I highly recommend going to listen to that. And stay tuned. I think we might get them back at some point as well, but watch this space. Some updates from the agency then. This is quite cool. And I thought some of these were getting a bit too technical. And some of you guys have reached out and said, can we get more on this? This is great. Someone's sent us a note just more than one person have asked us, can you tell me more standard shopping versus PMAX campaign tests you're running. So like, here's one for you guys. Testing standard shopping campaigns and setting a target ROAS to see if this outperforms performance max, using target ROAS within standard shopping. And it has in a few instances. It's quite hard to clear cut. Like, you can't run what's called an experiment and just say every other person that triggers one of my ads, give like person A the standard shopping campaign, person B performance max, and just keep alternating. You can't quite do that. So you have to sort of take a range out and go, right, that's the benchmark for that range over the last year, 2 years, or a few months, whatever data set you've got available. Make a change and then see how the new one does versus what you had previously. But in quite a few instances, it has worked better, but not all of them, which means more complicated campaign setup, but better performance, which is good. This one of my team, I don't know who's written this one. I've just been given the notes, which is liberating, but also, yeah. So whoever this was, I love the fact they've started saying, this one might sound silly, but hear me out. If you have a gift set or a gift bag with the product, mention it in the product title on Google Shopping. We've had an increase in ROI on almost every single product that has gift wrapping or is part of a gift set. We've had ROI increase in almost all of them. Where we've actually included that at the beginning of the title. So there you go. There's a quick win. It's a bit of our secret sauce that we do little things like that quite a lot, but we don't always talk about them until we start working with people. But there we are. There's one of our bits of secret sauce. SEO. The sooner you add content on a new product, ideally before, this is the key here, before the product launches, the more traffic you will receive when the product is live. With SEO, there is what we call a lag. We use the word lag across PPC and SEO, but on SEO, you launch something, it takes a while for Google to see what you've done, for you to build some credibility and that kind of thing. So it's a lot smarter to say, right, we're launching a product on the 1st of June. So actually, January, February, we're going to do a teaser on email and socials and other stuff. We're going to create a waiting list so people can, so we say like, there's a new product coming, or this is our main, let's say this teapot, this loose leaf teapot, delicious. I think I bought it on Amazon or eBay a few years ago. This little teapot, say we're launching a new version, which doesn't spill as much when you pour it. It is better insulated, keeps the tea warmer, which I think people missell stuff. I was thinking about this whole thermal flasks thing the other day, because I put a load of green tea in a thermal flask and I went out for quite a long walk on a very cold day with my mates. And 2 or 3 hours later, I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't drink the tea. Opened it and it was still scorching and I burnt my mouth. So actually saying it's like super insulated, for me, was not a good thing. I'm like, I almost want it to be like just insulated to a point where it holds the right temperature for a while. I even saw you can get portable espresso makers recently. So I might be buying one of them. But the point being is, say we were launching a new version of this teapot. So we've got, this is the version 1. And we're launching the version 2 of this teapot. What you do is you tease like a small picture with one little bit, maybe just like the spout of the teapot, and say, actually, this bit here, we've changed the design of it. And it's going to be amazing. You know, a very dark room with one little bit lit on the front, almost like a new car being shown. Do that and be like, be the first to hear about this new product that gets launched. To all the people that bought version 1 of the product, you start to build this awareness and get this waiting list. And Google watches all this activity start to happen and start to unfold, especially on your socials, and goes, this is really popular. And then when the product is available, people are swarming to that product because you've already told them it exists. We do it a lot when we're launching a new business. When it's the first time that business has ever been available, been heard of, it's like, let's build a waiting list. So especially if we've got quite a pioneering and quite either pioneering or quite disruptive product in that market, it's going to make quite a big change. Like, let's talk about some of this stuff and be the first to hear about it. We did it years ago with a electric bike. So obviously electric cars coming out. Problem with electric bikes is batteries are quite heavy and you're only on 2 wheels and you got you're slanting left and right as you go around corners. I'm not a biker, but we did this whole marketing campaign around launching this thing across certain states in the US. And so many people going absolutely crazy for this thing. And before launch, we even managed to start a big debate on Facebook groups, Reddit, Quora, some of the big forums. And we started this big debate going on that we kind of leveraged and told some of the staff, like, go and drop a thing in there saying, like, would an electric bike be as good as a Harley Davidson or something with a big engine or a big loud engine, as bikes normally renowned for. And actually we found there's a whole market of people that love bikes, and actually they feel slightly self-conscious and embarrassed when the bike is too loud, especially late at night. And so actually the electric bike was perfect. Plus, it got 0 to 70 miles an hour in next to no time because it's got no weight and you don't have to wait for the engine to rev up and stuff. So it's actually incredibly fast. And so, again, do some stuff around product launches before they launch. Build that awareness, and your SEO rankings are going to be higher as a result of doing all this activity. And then last one on the SEO team as well, product recommendations in the basket need to be accurate. We've done some tests where we've deliberately put sort of what seemingly disconnected products, and some of them have done well. So it's always accurate to the user. They need to be related somehow to that person that's shopping. So if you're manually controlling what is available in the cart and your upsells in the basket, etc., you're probably trying to shift old stock, and that's not the best approach for these things. So anyway, time for our weekly Quivia. This one, I did a bit digging for this one. I'm quite proud of this. The Telegraph shared some stats during the startup boom of 2019, so pre-COVID. So they shared some statistics on how many businesses fail in year 1 and year 3. So I want you to have a quick think. What percentage of businesses do you think fail in year 1, and what percentage? Same data set. So you're expecting to say you think 90% of businesses fail in year 1, then it can't be higher than 10% the second one. And spoiler alert, not every business fails. So also, if it adds up to 100, you're definitely not going to win. But yeah, what percentage of businesses fail in year 1, and what percentage of businesses fail in year 3? Just going to have a sip of tea. Well, counter to myths, I found over 1.5 million quotes and instances across the internet that quoted 90% or higher businesses fail in year 1. And according to this data from the Telegraph, it is not true, not even close. In year 1, only 20% of companies registered globally fail. Only 20% fail in year 1. So this whole most businesses fail, well, let's go into the second stat in a sec, but they do not fail in year 1. 20%. Year 3, would you guys put for that? I don't know. I'm asking. I'm sitting in a cupboard on my own with a camera. But year 3, 60% of businesses fail by year 3. So it's high, but it's not 90% fail in the first year. And the more I thought about this over the last few hours, the more I thought, actually, do you know what? That kind of makes sense to me, because at the end of year 1, you've not even submitted any accounts yet. A lot of businesses they get registered, but then they don't even really get going for, you register the company and then start building the site, the product or service or whatever. There's very few businesses that start kind of like I did, which was literally, I already had work as a self-employed person and then registered a company. Most businesses like you guys, you've got to order products and stuff. So the quicker you register that company shell, the quicker you can offset some of your tax and other stuff, which I'm not an accountant, so I'm not going to get into today. But the quicker you start to offset some of those numbers, and it's a lot safer to do it under we call them limited companies in the UK. So it's limited liability for the directors. So if it all goes wrong, it's like the company's its own entity. And I think LLC, LLP, something like that in the US. Same kind of thing. But anyway, I was quite stoked about 20% in year 1 and 60% in year 3. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope you can join us again on Friday. I've got an amazing episode coming out this Friday as well. A very tasty episode. It's going to make you very, very hungry. And stay tuned. We've got loads of other episodes being recorded at the moment. We've got some amazing guests. My inbox is stacked full of people that want to come on the show. If you want to sponsor the show, get in touch with us. Talk to my colleague Byron about some of the sponsorship opportunities. And I cannot wait. I think it's going to be January now. We're going to announce the biggest thing we've ever done, and it's absolutely huge. And I've been guilty of exaggerating over the years, but it's statistically the biggest thing we've ever done, as we're way bigger than what we're doing on the podcast as well. So super excited for that. You'll be the first to hear about it, guys. If you haven't already, check us out on socials, sign up to our newsletter, and I hope to have you listening in on Friday and many, many weeks after that as well. Thanks for joining in, and enjoy your loose leaf tea.